Dan who? Wanna talk some toys? Let's start now. You know the show starts when the man says pow. Dan who? Brandon, man so handsome. Want Marvel Legends and you know who has them. Tune in, it's 8 o'clock. Makes you wanna buy toys so you hate to watch. It's on a Thursday, it can change like that though. Got no money left cause I gave it all to Hasbro. Enjoy the show. Haha. Okay. Dan who? Wanna talk some toys? Let's start now. You know the show starts when the man says pow. Dan who? Brandon, man so handsome. Want Marvel Legends and you know who has them. Tune in, it's 8 o'clock. Makes you wanna buy toys so you hate to watch. It's on a Thursday, it can change like that though. Got no money left cause I gave it all to Hasbro. Enjoy the show. Haha. Okay. Dan who? Wanna talk some toys? Let's start now. You know the show starts when the man says pow. Dan who? Brandon, man so handsome. Want Marvel Legends and you know who has them. Tune in, it's 8 o'clock. Makes you wanna buy toys so you hate to watch. It's on a Thursday, it can change like that though. Got no money left cause I gave it all to Hasbro. Enjoy the show. Haha. Okay. Dan who? Wanna talk some toys? Let's start now. You know the show starts when the man says pow. Dan who? Brandon, man so handsome. Want Marvel Legends and you know who has them. Tune in, it's 8 o'clock. Makes you wanna buy toys so you hate to watch. It's on a Thursday, it can change like that though. Got no money left cause I gave it all to Hasbro. Enjoy the show. Haha. Okay. Dan who? Wanna talk some toys? Let's start now. You know the show starts when the man says pow. Dan who? Brandon, man so handsome. Want Marvel Legends and you know who has them. Tune in, it's 8 o'clock. Makes you wanna buy toys so you hate to watch. It's on. Pow! And welcome back to the channel, Dan Who Reviews. As always, my name is Dan W. Make sure you are following me on Instagram at It's Dan Who. And hello, happy Thursday to you all. We are back at the same regular time, regular place, this time for a little pre-show. Now, usually today's the type of day where I like to move the live stream around to accommodate the reveals that are inevitable today, but it's a work night. Amanda's around, I've got a busy weekend, so I can't move the stream. So instead, we can just have some fun, we can have some predictions. I've got some Marvel Legends updates in regards to shipping and UK stuff we can go through. And there's also a new feature in the chat, it's called Q&A. So you can see it pinned to the top of the live chat right now. So I'm going to try that a little bit later. So if you have a random question you want to throw at us, so I just want to test this feature, go to the top of the chat right now where it says Q&A, press ask a question, and I can open up a whole new tab that is just questions that don't get lost within the conversation. Okay, so go and ask us a question and we'll come back to that a little bit later on. But hello, how are we doing? Brandon is in the waiting room. We're going to bring him in. He was just having a bit of a tech difficulties, but hopefully he's all good. We'll see him in a second. But yeah, the rectangular leaks indeed, my friend. The rectangular leaks indeed. Okay, Brandon's back. Let's see if everything's good on his end. Brandon, before I bring you in to the live show, is everything good on your end? Can you hear me? Can you see me? All good. All right. Yes, I can. Beautiful. I'm bringing you in. Brandon, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, there you go. What was wrong?
Yo.
Zoom.
How are you?
Zoom being slow.
Yeah, I don't know what was going on. Something just like it was lagging, maybe. It was just a bit. It was a bit behind or something.
I was running a little bit late myself. I nearly did this live stream in a towel because I literally ran out the shower, like, and quickly got some clothes on before the stream started. So yeah, there you go. So running late. We've got a busy weekend ahead of us, Brandon. We're going to be, so me and Brandon, for anyone who doesn't know, are going to actually be face to face in person for only the second time, which is ridiculous when you think about it, in London on Saturday for MCM Comic Con. I should have really got up some graphics or something for MCM. Maybe I will as we talk. Yeah, MCM Comic Con is this weekend, and it's also where Hasbro are going to be. So Dan Yoon's confirmed is going to be there representing the Marvel team. I believe Emily, who represents the G.I. Joe team and the Dungeons and Dragons, she's going to be there. She's also one of the co-hosts tonight with Mr. Stevie on the Hasbro panel, which we are basically doing a pre-show to right now. Let me, I've got a graphic for that.
And Patrick as well. Shout out to Patrick.
Patrick, of course, yeah, as well. So at 10 o'clock tonight, which is literally 2 hours from now, just under 2 hours from now, whatever time it is for you around the globe. There's the chat. 1 second. Let me pause that for a sec. So there's going to be an event called Hasbro Pulse Premium 1027. Now, they did this last year, and they basically just give us a few little teasers, a few little reveals for Pulse Premium members. Now, last year, like, it was pretty of a free-for-all. We could all watch it. Where this year they may be a little bit more strict. I don't know. But me and Brandon are not Pulse Premium members. Sorry, Hasbro, but we're not. So hopefully we were. But like, I give Hasbro a lot of support. Like, there's sometimes I just have to say enough is enough. So so shout out to all the independent stores that I also want to support. But 1027 all the same is an event just for premium members. How many premium members we've got in the chat by a show of hands, by the way? I'll come and say hello to the chat in a second. There's going to hopefully be some reveals, is my point. Basically, all that gibberish, all I'm trying to say is going to be for reveals, not just from Hasbro, not just from Marvel Legends is what I meant to say, but from G.I. Joe, from Power Rangers maybe. And there's also a few little hints and teasers out there from a few sites that we will get into as we go through this. But as always, the start of the show, I just want to slowly warm into this, let people stroll in here, and let's do some housekeeping. Let's say hello to the chat and all that good stuff. So let me do the housekeeping first and foremost. So as always, people, welcome to the channel. Go and check out all the other live streams on this channel. The Dan Who Network is live. We had a good show of Legends and Liquor last week. Shout out to everyone who was on Legends and Liquor last Sunday. No Legends and Liquor this weekend, but we will return the following weekend. So go and check out the last show right now on the channel. Me and Tana need to do a Turtles and Tea. I apologise to Tana. I will see him in person. Tana is someone I'm going to see in person this weekend. Maybe we'll do a live Turtles and Tea from the event. Who knows? But we will do one very soon when some Turtle news absolutely ramps up. And there is a Joe's and Juice on the channel right now recapping all the recent G.I. Joe news and Valiverse goodness from PulseCon and from the last month, essentially. So go and check out all the other live streams on the channel. I appreciate you. If you want to support the channel, then you can do so right now. Anything over £4 or $4 via the Super Chat or via the Streamlabs donation link, which is in the description. Either or they both work the same way. Friday reads out your comment. Literally, you will interrupt the stream and be read out loud by our talking robot assistant. If you've never tried it, give it a try. She will literally say anything. She can't say Tigra, though. She says T-Grey, and that's the origin of that story because people still ask me. And then, of course, you can hit that join button and become a channel member. And if you are a channel member, you get like one free super chat a month or something like that. So people will occasionally use them as well. But shout out everyone showing some love to the channel, making sure I can still do what I love doing, which is here talking toys on YouTube. So let's say hello to the chat, Brandon, as well. Let me get that up.
We have 114 people here.
Beautiful.
Kicking it off from the top is Kurt K saying greetings from New Jersey. Jamie, King Black Bolt, Paul McCarthy, Big Wall 2K.
I nearly always say Paul McCartney when I see his name. Yeah, by the way.
I thought that.
Nearly.
Captain K, Cloud Foxwell, California Red Devil, Phil Jones, D Blake Makes, Stridin, Mini Plastic Multiverse. You Boys Got Toys, Jay's Toy Collection UK, Thirsty for Chicken, Bat Force Grumps, repping the Tuesday crew, Jason Lopez, Bethany Beth, Owen, CJ, Benjo, Mid Studios, Greg, Mark Rose, Daniel Ortiz, Raul. Greg says, wait, no Rich M? What did he take off with the Thanos copter?
Yeah, no, I mention at the start, and I did say on my Instagram as well. Rich is he's having the week off. He put his request in for annual leave over 7 days ago, which is the time that I allow, and I granted his annual leave very late on this evening. Don't get me wrong, but he is allowed to go and enjoy himself at a Halloween party this evening. But he's still not told us what he's gone as or what his fancy dress is, so you'll have to hound him to find out yourself. Maybe he has went as Tigra, who knows? But yeah, Rich M is having the week off. He'll be back next week, hopefully. But he is at a Christmas party. But I apologise in advance to the Rich M fan club. I know you're out there.
We got Crescent Blue Zero, Damien. We have George W101. Justin Collects says, tuning in while finishing up at work. Hope everyone is doing well. Rectangular is here. Elliot Vargas is here. Arvin Shah is here, says, hey everyone, how's it going? It's a stormy Thursday here in Vancouver. Rainy Fall is here.
Wow, that's
Infamous 216
that's
is
just
here.
every week in the UK, I'm afraid.
Cap Lives is here. Chi Collects. Darren. Bring Toys to Work is here, saying he's a premium member.
Wow. He can be our breaking news later.
Dominic Smith, Caleb. I think I got everybody. Fortress Matimus, Arturo, John Busick Jr. says hi, Dan and Brandon.
Hello.
Stug 138.
My hair's been all crap because I just got out of the shower, so I apologise if I keep touching my hair, but get out of the way. Okay, Thank you to the chat. I appreciate you. Let's just get into some nonsense, okay? First nonsense. MCM Comic Con. We've already been talking about it. So this weekend is probably the biggest Comic Con type invention in the UK. There probably isn't a bigger one. Correct me if I'm wrong, Brandon. Is there a bigger one? This is it, right? This is the big deal.
This is it. Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. This is our SDCC equivalent.
As close as we can get to it for sure. So that's happening this weekend in London, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Now Hasbro are going to be there. They're going to have a presence. They're going to have a booth. They're going to have a panel, and each one of the brands are going to be revealing some stuff. So I haven't ever been to MCM London. I've been to one in Birmingham a good few years ago, and it was obviously a much smaller thing than what I'm going to expect here. So the full transparency, my plan was like to drive to Brandon's. Me and Brandon were going to make a whole day of it. I was going to stay over and do the 2 weekends. That was genuinely my full intention, and Brandon's been sort of teasing that for the last couple of streams. However, the type of look I have with cars recently, my blower in my new car has just packed in. Now, the car's fine. The car still drives. But my blower, my air conditioning unit in the car has stopped working. And as you can imagine, the weather's getting colder. It's raining. And I don't fancy driving down the M1 motorway in the UK on a cold, rainy day with all my windows wide open so I don't get steamed up. It's just not very safe or sensible. So I panicked a little bit, backtracked, but I did get train tickets. So I'm 100% still going. But I will be there just on the Saturday, so I'll be getting the train. I'm literally, right, you know I'm not a very good in the morning person. I stay up really late. I'm still in the Legends of Liquor chat at like 3 in the morning talking to you guys. So like, you know I don't do well in the morning. I've got to get up at 6:30. Well, I've got to be on a train at 6:30. So it means I'm going to have to get up at like 5:30, shower, have some breakfast and get out of the house. Brandon, will I make my train?
And until I see you in person on Saturday, I don't have any expectations of actually seeing you on Saturday.
That's probably safe. I have booked parking for my car at the train station, so because I'm considerate, I wouldn't expect Amanda to get up that early. She'd expect that of me, by the way, but that's how nice I am of a person. So yeah, my train is at 6:30. I'll get to London at about 7:30, and then I've got to get a couple of tubes to try and find Brandon. So that's my plan. So hopefully I make it. I do want to be there. I have got a scheduled interview with Dan from Marvel and Emily from G.I. Joe. So I hopefully will be planning to film it. I brought a whole new microphone, Brandon. I already showed this off to Brandon. Look at this.
There it is.
I'm clearly a professional now, right? I'm a professional journalist at this point. So I brought a new microphone, so hopefully I can get some decent footage of the interviews. And again, to talk about interviews, again, more transparency here at the start of the show. I was meant to have an interview with the whole Hasbro team, as in Ryan, Dan, and Dwight, this Monday. It was planned. I even had the stream up ready to go, but it got cancelled a few hours before it was meant to happen. Because Ryan's ill. Simple as that. Ryan's not well. Dan's obviously busy because he's got to make his way to London. And if you'd watched Eva Vera's interview, you could see poor Ryan was obviously a little bit under the weather. And I think he cancelled a couple of other appearances within the community as well. So hopefully that will get rearranged very soon. But I did have a whole heap of questions ready for the Marvel team for that interview this Monday, but again, it got cancelled, which is fine. I'm going to get to speak to Dan in person this weekend, so I will basically bring the questions I had prepared. I might have to tweak them a little bit, but hopefully Dan can answer as much as he can on Saturday. So that's what's going to be happening. So Marvel interview on Saturday with Dan, and GR Joe interview for the Joes and Juice part of the channel as well on Saturday with Emily. So again, if you do have any Joes and GR Joe classified questions that you would like asked, I'm all ears. Honestly, I've got a good couple of questions, but I've got 20 minutes with Emily, so I want to fill that time and get as much as useful information as I can. So hit me up on Instagram. Don't do it now in the chat because I'll miss it and forget it. Hit me up on Instagram via a DM and go, Dan, I've got a question for the GR Joe team, and I'll try and get it in there, okay? So hit me up on Instagram. That's your best bet. But there is that new feature on the chat as well that we're going to use a little bit later today, but that's just for a bit of fun for me and Brandon later on, so don't stress about that. But yeah, should be. What's your expectations, Brandon? So you've already done this, and you keep telling me that it's not what I'm thinking. It's a lot bigger. It's going to be better than I'm anticipating. So hype it up to us.
Well, in previous years, so I think I've gone to MCM 2016, 17, 18, 19. Don't think we had one in 2020, and then last year for 2021. So I love MCM. The XL Center is huge. You've got 2 different sides to the event, with I think 3 or 4 stages for panels. So small stages, then over to the main stages, which are much bigger, and separate rooms, exactly as you're showing here. Down the middle of the convention hall, you have different places to eat and get food, which is really, really nice. Where it says catering, there is like a separate catering, like so for example, the places that are on the boulevard there in the middle, they're like established restaurants that are usually there all the time. Whereas the catering is like catering stalls. Okay. So I think usually they have Asian food, different styles of Asian food, Korean food, Chinese food, that kind of thing is usually there. But what I love about MCM is the energy. The XL Center is a really great place to be. It's a really great host venue for an event like this. The other event that we have in London is London Film Comic Con at the Olympia, which is a lot more dated compared to the XL. A
bit more compact as well, right?
Yeah, and it's a bit smaller, and it's just not as enjoyable. Whereas this, the main thing is the energy. I think I put up a post last year as well that was just kind of like a tribute to these kinds of events, and especially now that Hasbro are coming back this year. In 2018 and 2019, they had a huge booth with different displays of everything from Legends in terms of comics, Legends in terms of MCU, Power Rangers, Star Wars. You mention it, they had it. And it's just the thing I can't stress enough is the energy. You feel the positivity. You feel the community is in the house. You feel that there's a whole bunch of people that love what you love just as much, if not more than you love it. And it's a really great spirit to be around and to just enjoy. Because yeah, it's just endless fun.
Good. I hope it is. As I said, I've said to Brandon, I'm a little bit anxious. Since COVID, I'm used to my little protective bubble of home. But I'll be fine. Honestly, I'll be absolutely fine. It'll be fun. I worry more about the getting there than I'll be fine at the event. It's just the public transport travel that stresses me out. But I'm making the effort. I'm going all the way down there. So it should be a fun day of like shopping for toys. Hopefully, I'll try and do a vlog style thing. I don't really do vlogs on this channel as such, but I think for this particular occasion, I'm actually leaving my house house. That's an occasion in itself. I'll do a vlog style. If I get up really early in the morning, you can just see my bags under my eyes. So yeah, that's the plan. So MCM this weekend. Again, I don't really know. I'm not gonna have my laptop or anything with me, so I don't know how much actual video content will be posted while I'm there. Obviously, check out Instagram. That's your best bet. I'll be doing stories and stuff. I want to try and meet as many of you guys as I can as well. Shout out Bring Toys to Work. I let Friday read that.
Bring Toys to Work donated $5. So great to see both of you gentlemen today. Okay, a few things. Dan, I have full faith you will make it to MCM on Saturday.
Hope.
This could be a big deal for your channel, so you will do it.
Look, I'm climbing to 20k, so you know I'll keep it consistent. But yeah, no, it'll be fun. It'll be fun. It'll be fun to experience it and maybe have a little bit of different content on the channel as well, like vlog style interview. Gonna shop at some booths or try to. There is a nice section of like independent shops and stuff like that, right?
Oh yeah, so you got all different kinds. So you've got your usual toy stores. So for example, In Demand Toys will be there. I think Collector's Den will be there as well. So they're two of our main independent retailers in the UK. You'll have other vendors like that are toy stores or that are vintage toy stores.
Nice, I like that.
You'll also have things that are like prop replica places.
Okay.
You'll have a lot of comic vendors as well with all different kinds of things. So you'll have graded comics, you'll have comics that are boxes.
Michael's back. Thank you, Michael.
Bring Toys to Work donated $5. Sorry, I wasn't finished.
Thank you.
Nearing 20k, my friend. Remember what I told you? Start planning your online party next week.
No, yeah, I've got nearly, not quite there yet, but heading there. But he knows I appreciate the support. There I am, close to 20k now. Again, 20k is a small number in the grand scheme of YouTube, but it's a big deal for this little channel. When basically all I do is talk Marvel Legends and stuff, right? It's a very niche of a niche. So 20k is a big deal. So yes, worthy of celebration when we get there. I will do a live, like a party. I'm going to do like an inner circle party. Where's my graphics for inner circle? You know the score anyway with inner circle. If you haven't been to an inner circle or whatever, it's a channel members only live stream. So it's basically what we do now, but it's channel members. It's just having some fun. I have guests on and lots of stuff. So we will do an inner circle when I hit 20k, undoubtedly, whenever that is. Hopefully, I have warned Amanda when it happens 20k. I'm having a live stream party. So get some more Koppelberg in. But there you go. So yeah, as you were saying, comics and toys, and again, it's Comic-Con. Of course, we'd expect those things. So yeah, again, I've got my camera ready. I've got my mic ready. So yeah, let's do this. Let's find. Hopefully, I can buy some toys as well. Like I do plan on doing a little bit of a shop. And also meeting the people that we speak to on a regular basis. As I said, I'm meeting Brandon only for the second time, even though we speak every week for the last 3 years. I'm meeting Tanner. I've never met Tanner before. I think Variant Dan hit me up as well. Variant Dan. Is anyone else in the UK? Like there's 177 people here, and I obviously assume not everyone's going. But are there a couple of you out there that are going to MCM on the Saturday? I know a few people said they're making the Sunday. But yeah, anyone going on the Saturday, that would be great. Because I want to, again, hit me up on the Instagrams and we'll meet up and say hello. Go do some toy shopping together or something. It should be fun. But yeah, that is this weekend, people. Get ready for it. Let's hope I get up. I'm gonna have to, Brandon, you're gonna have to like text me at 6:30. You don't mind getting up at 6:30 in the morning to just wake me up with you, all right?
I don't think even me trying to wake you up at that time in the morning will be good enough.
No, I'll do it.
We're going to need to get Teddy on it. He'll have to sleep on your head and then jump on you to wake you up.
Oh, he does that anyway. He needs to piss like every couple of hours, and like he sleeps in our bedroom, and we don't let him roam around the house at night on his own. So yeah, I get woken up every couple of hours from him anyway. Craig says he's going to be there. He says, yes, I'd love to meet you. Absolutely, Craig. Hit us up. As I said, I'm going to try and meet as many faces and put some faces to these usernames that we see every week. Have that personal touch. That's what I love about this channel is that community aspect. As from Legend and Liquor, what we've built over there. Again, we're real people. These are real people sitting on their computers, watching on their phones, wherever you are now. And again, I want to treat you as such. Do you know what I mean? We're one decent community here. So yeah, shout out everyone in the chat. Yeah, as I said, curious of the week, and I'm excited. Like I'm excited. I said I don't really do these things. These ain't usually something I would go to because, to be completely honest, I'd have no one to go with. Do you know what I mean? Like I ain't got me and my mates will go to a football match or something like that. Or something to eat or go for a drink. But trying to get any of my actual like local friends to go to a Comic-Con, they'd laugh at me. So now I can laugh at them because I'll be like, ha, I've got other friends now. Don't need you anymore. Off you go. So no, it should be fun. It should be fun. Mini Plastic Multiverse says, have a good one, guys. I'll be heading back from Norway, otherwise he'd be there too. Shout out to Tom, who's having a little holiday in Norway right now. Is Norway snowy? Is it cold?
Yes.
Yeah, I imagine.
Well, it depends on the time of year, but at this time, I'd assume it's getting there.
I don't know if I could do a holiday. Maybe I could do a ski holiday one day. That wouldn't be bad. I don't mind that. I've been skiing once, I think. I fell over a lot. That's all I remember, but still, I'd do it. My next holiday has got to be sun. Amanda came back from Hawaii in a great mood. I want to go. I want to go on a hot holiday next year. I'm going to give myself a little break. I'm going to have some cocktails near a pool somewhere warm. So that's what I'll do next year, though. Not quite now. Okay. Should we get into some actual Legends news before we get into some predictions? We've actually got some.
Yes, sure.
Now, in regards to Legends news, people, I'm talking about. I always get asked on the channel, like regularly, how did you get this? Where did you get this? How did you get this so early, right? And I constantly repeat this all the time. It's just UK distribution. There's no magic trick. It's just the UK is a smaller place. It's quicker to distribute product around the country in the UK. It is as simple as that. So when the shipments arrive in the UK, it's so much quicker to go from port to warehouse to store to hand than it is somewhere bigger. Simple as that. There's no other way to break that down, okay? It's just the way it is. Logistics. But every now and then, things get updated. And that's what I wanted to give you as an update as well today, okay? So, Hasbro Pulse, as you know, usually the shipping dates are pretty good and pretty accurate. So shout out to the super producer. His super producer, even though he isn't here, he put me together this nice table for us to look at today. So these are all the updated shipping dates from Hasbro Pulse for these recent Marvel Legend products, okay? So this means that the independent stores may get them a few days earlier, maybe a week earlier. So this is a good ballpark figure of when to expect some of these figures in hand. Now, the independents have already started to get Retro Scorpion and Retro Beast. There's reviews on my channel of them already. But some of these other ones I haven't got yet. So the Amazing Spider-Man 3-pack, which is, of course, Firestar and Iceman in that packaging to represent that TV show. I think the two of them have cell shading, but the Spider-Man doesn't. I think that's how it is. Looks like a good Spider-Man, to be fair. On the 60th anniversary body, won some brighter colours, which without the cell shading, that may be a contender for a really popular Spider-Man. So that pack's due the 7th of November. The week after that, which is only, as I said, the first week of November, essentially, if these are landing the independents earlier, the whole Disney Plus wave. Now, this has already started to arrive in Canada and the US. I think MCU Collector's already got a couple of reviews up. But it's still nice to know that it's not far away from us, for us as well. So the whole Disney Plus wave, that's the Khonshu Build-A-Figure wave. You've got He Who Remains, the old school Loki. Who else we got in there? The two zombies, Jimmy Woo.
Yep. Zombie Iron Man, zombie, what's her name? Zombie Scarlet Witch,
yep.
Howard the Duck.
Howard the Duck, there's one I forgot.
What if Red Skull?
There you go. Oh, yeah, Red Skull and Howard, they're the ones I forgot. So there you go. So that's due. The Daredevil 3-pack, which is Daredevil on the Spider-Man Renew Your Vows body. So a few people have got their hands on that, and there are a few pictures online, but I'm holding my judgment until I get it in hand. We already know it's a great body, and it will definitely work for Daredevil, so that'll be fun. And Elektra looks great as well. Again, not everyone's mind's eye is bullseye, but still an opportunity to add that character to the show.
Money in the bank.
Super chat, thank you very much. I don't know. I'm going to just say Carlos. I don't know the first word, but I'll say Carlos. Shout out Carlos. He says, hello, Dan and Brandon. Watching from the Philippines. Thank you very much. Shout out Carlos from the Philippines. That's crazy. Insane. Really crazy. I'm sat in my room in Coventry, and we're on a TV screen or a phone in the Philippines. So shout out Carlos. I appreciate that. What else there? The VHS Cyclops is due. I don't think anyone's got their hands on that on the second week of November. And then also the Retro Ghost Rider is due that same week, and that has already, again, MCU Collector. These damn Americans, Brandon, getting everything before us. I won't go off on a rant. We've got Mark tapped out of the super chat.
TAK Toys with Film donated £4.49. I can remember seeing Brandon talk to Dan Yoon on stage back when Dan Yoon first came to MCM.
Oh, pal, did you? So Mark Tatak and Brandon were in the same place, in the same location, meters away from each other, and just never knew at the friendship that could have been. Mark, are you not coming to MCM then? What's going on? Are you working? Why are you not going? He says, I can remember seeing Brandon talk to Dan Yoon on stage back when Dan Yoon first came to MCM. So that was 2018, right? Where they showed off Beast.
That was 2019 with Dan.
Okay.
Yeah, 2019 with Dan. 2018 was Beast with Ryan.
Yeah, nice. So anyway, back to my rant. All right, let's jump to YouTube real quick. All right, and I'm gonna go to some guy's YouTube channel. You may have heard of him. His name's MCU Collector 24. Now let me just show you the piles of stuff he's getting before me. This is ridiculous. I'm not happy about it. Right, we've got Ghost Rider. That's the brand new retro Ghost Rider, right? Do you have that, Brandon?
I don't.
I don't have that either. Damn American. What about Scarlet Witch Zombie? Do you have that?
No.
I don't have that either. Ridiculous. Black Panther. The new Black Panther that's not even officially been announced yet.
I messaged Brian about that one. I was like, yo, that's not...
Definitely don't have that. Look at this. So again, a Beast.
They get all the good stuff first.
Everything first. Rectangular. What's going on, Rectangular? Todd, I want some answers. This is ridiculous.
I wish we could get stuff that quickly.
Ridiculous. I'm not happy about it, Todd. I might make an Instagram post about it. It's ridiculous. So yeah, damn Americans getting everything early. Damn you, Brian. Where's my sarcasm alarm, by the way? I just need to quickly set that off before anyone else goes off at me in the chat. It's sarcasm.
To be fair, I did message Brian, and I was like, no, when I saw that he had the new Black Panther in hand. He said he still hasn't got his Galactus yet.
Oh, that is shit, yeah. That is shit. I've seen Craig Warwick put up a post on his Instagram, and he's in Scotland. He hadn't got his yet either, so.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so he had to hit him up. I think that he's getting it sorted, but yeah, he wasn't happy about that. Rectangular, I'm glad he appreciates our stupidness. He says, LOL, you know these will show up in the UK in less than 2 weeks. We are being super sarcastic.
I hope so.
Of course.
I'm hoping to see that Black Panther sooner than later, that's for sure.
Well, as I said, here's the genuine list. Again, for anyone in the UK curious, here's what to expect. Get your wallets ready. As I said, I've got everything on there. I've got an order. Simply as simple as that. You know what I'm like. I don't need to explain that to you. So yeah, prepare your wallets. That's what you need to spend your money on. And I don't think there's anything else due in November after that. I think that's it. I think that's your lot. And then we sort of phase into 2023-ish. Sometimes we get the first wave of the year at the end of December type thing. So yeah, the actual year, the 2022 year for Marvel Legends is definitely coming to an end, I think. I think a lot of the stuff that's going to be revealed now is going to be for 2023 moving forward. But everything you see on the screen right now, get your wallets ready. That's what's due about roughly those times. Not dead on the day, but roughly those times, which is good to know. It's good to know these things so you can budget and plan, because sometimes we don't they give you a date that's too far away and you can't gauge how what your finances is going to be like at that time. So it is good to know. So shout out to super producer Rich who put that list together for us. They are dates that were confirmed from Pulse today. So again, independent stores may get them a little bit earlier, but that is your lot. I'm rich, shout out Compulsive Collector. He says Debonair Dan Double and the big baller Brandon, happy 10/27 or 27/10, whatever. Yeah, it's 27/10. I hope you have a great time at MCM this week. So do I, my friend. So do I. I hope we do. As long as I don't have any travel issues, we should be good. I have no doubts Brandon will be great company, because it's not going to be late. It's going to be a weekend. He ain't going to have work distractions. He's going to have a decent breakfast. He's going to make sure he's in a great mood for me to keep my spirits up. Okay? Did you promise that, Brandon? It's not going to be 8:15, Brandon, on a heavy work day, right?
Thursday after a tiring week.
Okay, cool. I hope so. Go on.
There was one other thing I was going to say was the list. Which one are you most excited for?
From this list, of course, I would have said Beast if I hadn't got him in hand, but I do have Beast already. I think on that list, mate, do you know what? Apart the Disney Plus wave, I think a Khonshu Build-A-Figure is one I'm eager to get in hand. Haven't seen anyone actually pose that up with some of the legends yet. So the Khonshu Build-A-Figure from that wave.
I got money in the bank.
1 second, Dominique Smith saved us.
Dominique Smith donated $4.99.
Thank you.
Speaking of Ghost Rider, eyes hoping for a last-minute push. Would love to if you know what.
Yeah, speaking of Ghost Rider, hoping for a last-minute push. Would love to of you to know what. Yeah, okay, maybe we can have a little. We can touch on that. Again, I'm a little bit scared talking about the HasLab. This community is a bit wild at the minute when it comes to that. It's a very touchy subject, but we can have a quick glance in a minute if we choose our words carefully, Brandon. But I'm going to say the Disney Plus wave and also the VHS Cyclops, because I'm invested now in that VHS line. I've made a shelf just for the VHS display. It's the last one of the X-Men that we're going to get for a while before they move to Spider-Man. And it'll be nice to have this sort of 8 figures, have the trinity of the big 3 of the X-Men characters. So yeah, I'm going to say those 2. What about you?
I think we got a...
No, so I'll come back to that in a second. That's Justin.
Yeah. For me, I think He Who Remains for sure. I think He Who Remains, and then probably I would say VHS Cyclops. I'm excited to get another. I'm excited to get another one of those Vulcan bodies on the shelf for sure, in hand.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, I probably wouldn't have expected to say that at the start of the year, but after a whole year of getting them, definitely excited. Ultimate Carnage with a super chat.
Ultimate Carnage donated £4.49. Sup Dan and Brandon. I can't stay long but just thought I'll drop in to say hi and I'll catch up on the replay. See you both Saturday at Comic-Con Victory Hand Light Skin Tone.
Yes, we absolutely will. Every PS4 Spider-Man, right, I'm going to run up to and go, Ultimate Carnage! Until I find the actual Ultimate Carnage, because I know he's cosplaying as not the Ultimate Spider-Man, the PS4 Spider-Man, sorry. So if we see a PS4 Spider-Man, Brandon, we have to approach them and go, are you Ultimate Carnage? Until we actually find Ultimate Carnage. So yes, hopefully we see you on Saturday. So shout out Ultimate Carnage, always showing some love. I appreciate that, and I'll get to thank him in person on Saturday. Also, before we look at this HasLab, shout out Justin. He says, guys, I might be in trouble. I just purchased my first classified and Mythic Legion after swearing I wouldn't get into any more lines. Help. I don't think I can, my friend. That is a deep hole, and you've already disappeared into the shadows. Classified has been going on for a good few years now, and they're getting into the sort of swing of things. Some great figures from Classified, and Mythic Legions is a whole other ball game. You're gonna have to speak to some of the guys in the community, maybe 1/6 Shooter, Trevor, who takes the pictures. But yeah, those Mythic Legions. I've seen a lot of people getting those Headless Horseman figures this week for Halloween, which it looks epic, undoubtedly. I think I'm gonna dip my toes in with the Cosmic Legions that are due to come at the start of next year. I think that's where I'm going to dip my toe in, but you're right, it's a dangerous game. Before we move on, Brandon, have you ever been curious of the Mythic Legions?
No.
No?
No.
Not forget, as in, like, just because of the price? Like, do you like the look of the figures, or just not for you?
It's I have not in a horrible way, but I have no attachment to it at all, you know? I don't know the characters. I don't.
Hang on, Mike Hex has jumped in.
Mike Hex donated $4.
Oh, okay.
Sonny is the hero we need. Let's get that blood and stuff going.
Have you seen, shout out Mike, by the way, have you seen Sonny's video about the HasLab?
I saw a thumbnail, I think, did he put something up on Instagram? Maybe
he did. It was pretty funny. He's standing there in front of a whiteboard.
I haven't seen the video yet,
He's standing there in front of a whiteboard, basically breaking down how we can get this HasLab. He's a very funny guy. I recommend, shout out the Sonny channel.
I really like Sonny.
Yeah, he's a funny guy. Hopefully, if people understand he is obviously joking, then and you see the humor in it. To be fair though, when I seen that video, I was like, I bet you there's some idiots on YouTube now gonna like take clips of Sonny and put them in their video, going, look at this guy trying to back the HasLab, like, 'cause that's how weird the community's got. And sorry to cut you off about Mythic Legions, but
probably just not for me personally.
No, I get it, 100%. And let's get into this HasLab real quick, okay? Right, so Rich would tell me off for talking about this because it gets me in trouble, okay? But HasLab, it got 4 days left, 4,860 backers. At one point in this campaign, it was like the first week, it had over 6,000 backers. At one point in this campaign, it had over 6,000 backers. So within the 3 weeks it's been, basically since that initial launch, it's lost way over 1,000 backers now at this point. And ultimately, I do think it's unfortunate that the community and everyone has made up their mind if they're backing it or not. And again, more people have backed out from the start in this last 3 weeks and have jumped on. So yeah, right now, I don't see it coming to light. Do you see it any different, Brandon?
As in, do I see it making it by Monday?
4 days, 8 hours. Yeah.
I'll be honest. I think anything is possible. I think anything is possible. I think the last 48 hours usually see a bump in the amount of backers. I'm hoping that we will get to see this weekend, and I'm hoping that someone there says to me, "Go and do it," and gets me to go and do it. Because historically with this, ever since they revealed that it would be Ghost Rider back at SDCC, I've been on the fence about it simply because Ghost Rider is just not my cup of tea. It's just not, I haven't got any of the versions of Ghost Rider. The versions that I did have, I sold when the aftermarket prices went up. So it's just not for me personally. But I think it's a really, really epic piece. And I think for the future of HasLab vehicles for Marvel Legends, it is hugely important that if you want vehicles, that you back this item. So I think at this point, anything is still possible. Until that last, minute, I wouldn't rule this out just yet.
Time will tell. 4 days, 8 hours and 17 minutes to gain another, another 5,000, 440, 5,140 backers. That's what it needs just to get the Howl Charger and the initial offering. That's not Mephisto. That's not the Goblin Queen. So again.
And the thing, I think the thing as well for people to remember is that the figures that we're seeing here, whether it's Robbie Reyes, whether it's Mephisto, whether it's the Goblin Queen, we will not see those figures in this way in the Legends line for at least the next 2 years, probably longer. I know that there are rumors about MCU debuts for some of those characters, which could change things dramatically. But, given the fact that Legends over the last, 10 years, let's say, since Hasbro's been doing it again, let's say the last 5, since they've really been hitting a solid stride, maybe the last 6 years, if Hasbro wanted to put out a Mephisto, given all the characters that they've been going back, redoing spectacularly well, they would have done by now. So when the people that are making these things are telling you, if you want these characters and you want them how they're looking here, back it. It's in your best interest to back it. That's all I'll say.
We shall see. 4 days, we shall see. Time will tell now. We shall see. I'm curious if they're going to bring it to MCM. I doubt it. I doubt Dan's got it in his suitcase on the way right now. Shatterman says, hey, my fellow Shields. I just backed Fire's HasLab Engine the Vengeance. Let's go. No, we shouldn't refer to ourselves as Shields. We shouldn't empower these idiots that use that name. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. But shout out Shartimus all the same, and he's 5. Quick, make a video telling people you've backed 5, Shartimus, and maybe we'll get some traction on this thing. But yeah, we shall see. 4 days, 8 hours. But again, I didn't want to cling onto that subject. It's one I've been trying to avoid. Community, I can't be asked to deal with the community, to be completely honest with that one. There's no change in anyone's mind. Everyone can make up their own mind. It's fair game. Absolutely fine. Back it or don't back it.
Did anyone else try out that Q&A feature yet?
Yeah, we're gonna get to that. I've pressed. If you go to the top of the chat, I think this works for you as well.
I can see it. Yeah, I sent one as well.
Yeah,
personally.
If you go to the top of chat, you can change it from live chat to question, and just only the questions come up. Have you seen that?
Oh, I've got top chat, live chat.
And do you get questions, or is that just me?
No, I think
okay. Okay, for me, I get just questions. So I've got a whole list of questions here from people.
Okay, cool.
Someone's question was just hello, though. So, Rich's dad, apparently. Look, I'll show you. It should pop up. Hang on. Select question. Does that come up in the chat? I've selected the question. Rich Dad asked hello. Do you see it at the top of the chat?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I see it. Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out Rich's dad. He asked
Hello.
the question hello. Hello. But yeah, we'll come back to them. Let's first talk about this event later on today, because there's a few little nuggets going around. And again, people, I'm not. He says he's editing it right now. shout out Shoutamus, of course. He's enjoying his Galactus. I seen it in his dark room earlier. Actually, he looks epic. But today's event that's happening right after this. So as soon as this stream ends, as soon as this ends at 10 o'clock UK time, this Pulse Premium 1027 will start. Now, 1027 is the location of the Hasbro headquarters. They did this exact same event last year, so we know to expect. There you go. So we know to expect a couple of reveals here. So it's nice. It's not a few little Easter eggs, a few little reveals, teasers for all the brands. Now, Rich, again, super producer, and even though he's not here, sent me this link to Entertainment Earth. And on here, there's some Hasbro pre-order dates, right? And there's a date here for a Hasbro pre-order for Thursday, October the 25th, which is today, by the way, 27th, sorry, which is today. And it reads interesting, okay? So it says, you don't have the power to have a ghost of a chance of guessing what's coming for this one. It's a big launch. Get your wallets. So he used the word power and ghost in there. I say he, but whoever Entertainment Earth are. But power and ghost. So shout out Hill Phones. He thinks it's something to do with Ghostbusters, because they have publicly said that Ghostbusters are going to be part of today's sort of festivities. So are Ghostbusters getting some more product? We haven't seen any new Ghostbusters product since Afterlife, the new movie. We only got 2 series of plasma series. I would have loved an extra one going into some more figures from the Ghostbusters. Personally, I actually like that line better than people give it credit for.
Yeah, me too.
But Ghost. So Ghost. Do you reckon it's Ghostbuster related, or is it Power? It says Power in there as well. Power of the Ghost. Are they referring to the Ghost Rider, the HasLab? Is something happening with that? Like, again, we could be looking way too deep into this, people. But you can go on Entertainment Earth yourself. I'll drop the link in the chat so you can have a look at all these pre-order dates. Again, there's loads of pre-order dates on here from multiple companies. There's loads more from Hasbro down here as well. So these are all pre-order dates for product that will launch on the site. But today's one has got to do with the 1027 event that's happening today. So from that description, what are we saying? What do you think, Brandon?
Well, a lot of the chat is saying it could be something that's Ghostbusters and Power Rangers together, a collaboration of some kind. I mean, it definitely, between Power and Ghost, it definitely seems like it could be Power Rangers or Ghostbusters related, like you said. I'm trying to think, is there anything big Legends-wise that it could be, or anything Deluxe Star Wars-wise that it could be?
Yeah, it could be. Again, it could be any of the Hasbro brands.
Any of the brands. Or are there any Transformers that are called Ghost, or that are anything to do with Ghost in the name?
I was trying to look for some pictures of the new Power Ranger figures, actually, because I know they're probably just.
Oh yeah, the Cobra Kai ones.
Yeah, so here you go. Here's a couple here. So speaking of Power, let's just think of Ghost again. We are just digging way too deep on these little clues, by the way, people. So just have some fun with us. We don't know anything, but let's just say it is Ghostbusters and Power Ranger crossover. Okay, let's just step on that, pause on that for a minute, and just think about that. Is that something we would like? Okay, so question for the chat: would you buy? And please give me hit or miss. Use the emojis. It's just so much easier to gauge interest that way. Can I do a poll? I might be able to do a poll. Okay, let's try a poll. Would you buy, Power Ranger Ghostbuster crossover? Yeah, I think that's the best way to put it. Crossover. Yes or no? Okay, I'm asking the question. So the question is now in the chat. Would you buy Power Rangers Ghostbuster crossover? You can let me know in the chat right now. So let's just talk about their recent crossover, which went up for pre-order this week, which is Power Rangers and Cobra Kai. Now, just speaking for myself, as a lad called Daniel, who grew up in the 90s, I've been called Danielson countless. If I was that phrase they say, if they give you £1 for every time you're called a name, if I was given £1 every time I was called or referred to as Daniel's son, I'd be a very rich man right now. Clearly, buying toys would not be a problem for me. So I never really gravitated towards Karate Kid much. Like I've seen them, but like it's not something. It's not like one of my go-to movies. It's not one that I have any nostalgic attachment to. If anything, it just reminds me of how annoyed I get when people call me Danielson. And I don't really get annoyed for people that start trying to call me Danielson. All right, it doesn't bother me now. As a kid, it bothered me. So I don't have any attachment here. So I've not watched Cobra Kai. However, I have read reviews online that people love Cobra Kai. It's a great sort of continuation of the original story from Karate Kid. So Brandon, Karate Kid, Cobra Kai, any interest?
Not for me personally, which I'm quite enjoying. I'll be honest. They got me with the Power Rangers and Turtles crossover earlier this year, but so far I've managed to avoid Cobra Kai and also what was the other one?
Street Fighter.
Street Fighter, yes, yeah. Because I mean, they look great, and I think I said to you guys when these images first came out, I'm happy that they're getting to reuse those ninja body molds again, because I think they're great figures. I think they've got a lot of fun to them. I pose mine up quite a lot. I think those are some of the best figures that Lightning Collection have done. So I think it's great that they're getting to reuse them again here.
To be fair, Hasbro are reaching for this crossover. Clearly, they've got some ninjas, and there's some karate. There's some karate in the show. Tac says, "Who you gonna call?" It's Morphin Time. It's not as catchy, is it, as Ghostbusters, but it could work. So I reckon Hasbro are reaching with this crossover to try and get some reuse out of this body, and it sort of makes sense. Like, it sort of makes sense, whether you like it or not. In the show, it's all about karate and martial arts. The Power Rangers, no karate and martial arts, and these are their ninja uniforms, ninjetti uniforms. So, is there a baseline where it makes sense? Yes, sort of, but I still think they're reaching personally. But I have no attachment. I don't know who this guy is. Is this Danielson? Is this Danielson as an old man? I don't know. He doesn't even look that old, to be fair. I have no idea. But anyway, fair play. It's a crossover for anyone who wants it. If you are a fan of Cobra Kai, again, some clever reuse of the ninjetti bodies, but you only get White Ranger, Pink Ranger, and then you get like a skeleton putty. Now, if you had showed me this picture first, Brandon, right, and didn't give me any context of what it was about, I would have said this is like the Power Rangers version of like Halloween figures. Do you know, like Star Wars?
Yeah.
Do you know, like Star Wars are doing like crossover with the seasons?
Yeah.
Well, I would have said, this is Power Rangers doing Halloween figures. But apparently it's from Cobra Kai. I don't know if he wears that in Karate Kid. Maybe he does, or Cobra Kai. I can't remember. I think it's Karate Kid. Anyway, not for me. Anyway, personally, just personally. But not hating on them. They're there for someone who wants them. But that is a recent Power Rangers crossover. And it's relevant because it got revealed this week. Which brings us back to the point we were making of this tease. Now, a few people in the chat have threw out, like, the Rebel ship is called Ghost on Star Wars. Maybe you're getting a HasLab of a 3 3/4 inch scale Ghost. Would people like that for the vintage collection? Ghost Starscream, someone else said, from Transformers. Maybe you could get like a Titan series Ghost Starscream. Or is it the Power Rangers Ghostbusters crossover? That I don't actually think it is. According to our chat, Brandon, 83% of people with 84 votes would not buy them. 16% of people,
Really?
16% of people said they would buy a Power Ranger Ghostbuster crossover. Now, as much as I've not enjoyed the Cobra Kai crossover and I've not enjoyed the Street Fighter crossover, that is because I have no attachment to those two franchises.
Yeah.
But I do have a soft spot for Ghostbusters and Power Rangers, so I think I would be a sucker. And again, I'm well aware I'm a sucker for this stuff. That would fall into this line, but it would have to be, I don't know, like, would you do the 4 main Ghostbusters as Power Rangers, or the Power Rangers as Ghostbusters? Like, how would you do that? Like, I can't imagine. Like,
I would do the Ghostbusters as Power Rangers.
But they're like middle-aged men as Power Rangers. It would make no sense.
Don't you think that would be fun?
Nah, that would be stupid. Like, I don't think Winston wants to be a Power Ranger. Like,
I think it could be fun.
I don't know. I genuinely don't think. I don't. For the record, people, we're just, again, going down rabbit holes that don't exist. I do not think it's a Power Ranger Ghostbuster crossover, but I do think it's likely that we are getting some new Ghostbuster product. I would love an actual in-scale Plasma Series Ecto 1 that goes with these. There was a Plasma Series Ecto 1 that was like nowhere in scale with these figures. Give me an Ecto 1 where these figures can actually sit in it. That's what I want. And make sure it's not £350. Otherwise, you're going to hear about it on YouTube. Trust me. You will, Hasbro. Sorry about that. But yeah, okay. So, any other ideas of what that could be, Brandon? Or are we just digging way too deep here?
We're digging way.
We're reaching, ain't we? We are reaching. This is what happens when you agree to do a live stream before the reveals actually happen. Like, we're reaching, people, all right? So, I thank you for sticking with us. Okay, let me get rid of this list. Let me get rid of that. And let me go back to Pulse. Okay. So before we get to the questions, Brandon, for the last part of the stream,
yeah,
what would you like to actually see here? Now, when it comes to Hasbro, we have been very, as the shills we have been very good and not showed any official leaks. However, everyone else has seemed to be talking about them, so I think it's fair game to just discuss them briefly. We've seen a leak of Blob and a leak of Ronan. Now, they both seem like they could be deluxe single-packed figures, much like we've seen with MODOK and Mojo. Well, we've got MODOK and Mojo, right? They're things that actually exist.
I didn't know about the other two.
But the other two, it's just a rumour, just wild speculation. This is all that is. Would you like any of those characters interest you, if they were to come to be?
Yes, I think it's definitely needed. We know how much the Legends team love X-Men. I think now that we've seen Avalanche, now that we've seen Toad this year, I think Blob would be the real crown jewel of which character they could redo and get out to us next. I think given the success of MODOK and of Mojo, not that I have Mojo in hand yet, but given the success of those two, I think it's going to be really great to see if Hasbro do it, just how well they do it, because I think that Super Deluxe size is just killing it right now.
Yeah,
I think it's well worth the price point. It gets us unique characters that we wouldn't really otherwise be able to get, not even as builder figures if you think about the packaging dynamics of it. So yeah, really excited to see what that could be like. And I think in terms of Ronan, given that the Marvels is coming out next year, I think that and Secret Invasion is coming out next year, I think that there's a lot that they could do both MCU-wise and comic-wise to do with Kree, to do with Skrulls, that would be very, very exciting. So whether that comes out as Ronan and Kree soldiers, or whether that comes out as, reissue of any of the Super Skrulls or new Super Skrulls or new regular Skrulls, I think a lot of people would eat it up, because the Skrull army builders, I think, sold out on Pulse US a while ago, and they only recently just sold out of them on Pulse UK as well. So very interesting to see how it plays out.
Super chat from Stryden. Thank you, Stryden.
Stryden donated $5. The PR and Cobra Kai crossover was a fan thing to see the kids as Power Rangers is why this being made.
Jordan says the Power Rangers and Cobra Kai crossover was a fan thing to see if the kids as Power Rangers. This is why it's being made. Again, it's there for the people who want it. It's there for the people who want it for sure. So we shall see. Bring towards the work. So check your Instagram. RJ, okay.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah.
Okay. Is there some breaking news going on or something?
No. He just sent you something cool.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Noted. Thank you, Michael. Thank you. Okay. Cool. Just before we go off what Brandon said, because I think he's bang on the money. Just a few points from the chat. Mike says Ghostbusters Ecto 1 would be awesome. I agree. Kurt also says I'm in for the free and quarter scale Ghost for the vintage collection Star Wars. I'm sure a lot of people would be. George said I'd make a Pink Ranger Bill Murray.
I was laughing at something else. Hold on, you go first.
Greg, Ghostbusters crossed with Indiana Jones, Proton Packs versus the Art Reactor. Oh yeah, we might see some more Indiana Jones news today. That would be good. I keep forgetting that they're part of the Hasbro brand now. Ghost Rangers, says Doombot, or Power Busters. Which one would you go for? Ghost Rangers or Power Busters?
Ghost Rangers.
Yeah, I think Ghost Rangers is good. Power Busters sounds like a terrible Netflix show I watched recently. Wasn't good. Home Dude says HasLab Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. Now that sounds ridiculous, Home Dude, but I am a ridiculous guy that would back the hell out of that thing. I want a Stay Puft Marshmallow Man that is in scale with my Plasma series. How epic would that be? Epic. Where would he go? He'd stand right next to Galactus in the collection. There he is. Galactus, your new mate, Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. Expecting 2023, maybe. We shall see. Time will tell. Perhaps a Halloween edition of something, says Meg. Interesting. Okay, what were you going to point out, Brandon?
Brandon was going to point out... What was I going to point out? Oh, Wing or Lose said, Brandon definitely going for that Oscar.
Look, playing the game. You got to play the game. You want to be a professional, you got to play the game. If people don't respect that, then that's on them. The Cosmic Mike says, Dan, is there any news of more heralds? We need an Airwalker. I will definitely ask that question to Dan this weekend for sure. I think Airwalker's like one of the biggest named herald that we haven't got a figure of yet. There are a few other heralds, but I do think Airwalker's probably the biggest one yet to get in figure form. So yeah, I will ask that. But back to some of the points Brandon was making. So I did have a question for the Hasbro team in regards to deluxe figures, to be fair. Now, 2021, we seen 10 builder figures plus a retro wave with the Fantastic Four, right? But 10 builder figures. This year, how many builder figures we had? Let's count. Like, genuine question. How many builder figures from the start of the year?
Okay, hold on. Rintra
from Doctor Strange.
Rintra.
Love and Thunder Korg.
Korg.
Yep.
Atuma, Khonshu, and Infinity Ultron. And then Controller. Bonebreaker.
That's it, right? That's it. Genuinely think that's it.
Hold on.
If we're missing any, the chat will help us out. But are we missing any? Has there been 7 Build-A-Figure waves this year? I think we have a 7 in comparison to last year's 10. All right? So my question for the Hasbro, I had a question along the lines of, has this new price format of the Super Deluxe gave, like, in any way... Because 5 of those Build-A-Figure waves were MCU related. So, like, is the Hasbro, like, mainline moving towards, like, MCU Build-A-Figures, and then comic figures can just be now deluxe? Because we only got 2 comic Build-A-Figure waves with Controller and Bonebreaker. Again, if I'm wrong, I'm just going off the top of the head. So if I'm wrong, someone in the chat, please let me know. But in regards to comic Build-A-Figure waves, all right? Comic Build-A-Figure waves, we only got 2 in the year 2022, which is a drastic downfall of comic figure builder figures. Now, it doesn't mean we're getting less figures or less bigger figures. That's not the point I'm making. In the builder figure format, when you got 2 comic figures. So I do think that this new Super Deluxe format is a way to get these bigger comic book characters into the main line without taking up a slot for the builder figure waves, because they seem to be now tied in with the live action MCU stuff. That's how this year has seemed to be. And I'm only going off what's actually happened. I ain't, again, making assumptions, but this is why I want to speak to the Hasbro team about it. Zemu wasn't this year, I don't think. No, I don't think Zemu was this year. He was last year's Bring on the Bad Guys wave. George says, Dan, I think that both Ronan and Blob are 2-packs. That'll be interesting, but we shall see. Craig agrees. I think that's it. So, yeah. So, last year, 10 Build-A-Figure waves, 1 retro wave. This year, we've had a couple of retro waves, to be fair, and 7 Build-A-Figure waves. But my point I was going to is that only 2 of those 7 Build-A-Figure waves are comic related, which means Hasbro clearly have the mindset of, we can put out deluxe figures of the comic world in a different place. That's how I'm seeing it. So, and I'm not mad about it. How do you feel about that Brandon? Again, we're just going off the top here. This is just a conversation. We don't know anything. But do you prefer that format of like, there's a deluxe figure that you want, you ain't got to mess around with figures you don't or do want in the Build-A-Figure wave?
Did you notice we have 228 people in the chat?
People are excited. We're the pre-show. We're the official pre-show, not sponsored by Hasbro.
Where's the lights?
Okay, I need to. My lights aren't even on. Oh, they are on. Okay, I'll flash the lights. You answer my question. Do you like the deluxe format instead of Build-A-Figures?
No, I heard you. Just taking a look at here. So we got 10 Build-A-Figures in 2021, which was Colossus.
Oh, don't ask me to name them now. Let me go to.
I'm on figure list, but it always takes forever to load. Okay, wait. Let's see. So we had Colossus. Okay. Figure list is such a great site, but it's so tricky to load anything on here. But what do I think? I think it's interesting. I feel like something's awry, or there must be a reason to explain it, because I wouldn't expect them to abandon the Build-A-Figure format, or even if not abandon it, I wouldn't expect them to trim it down that much. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And what's interesting? Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9.
You counting Stiltman at the back?
Yeah. Colossus.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, who am I missing? Maybe I saved him for like the big reveal.
So we got Stiltman.
Ursa Major.
Oh, the Captain America wings.
Oh, okay, yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah, so we got Stiltman, Tri-Sentinel, Mr. Hyde, Captain America, Zemnu, Ursa Major, Colossus, Gilgamesh, what's his name? The Watcher, and Armadillo. Okay, so then what about 2022?
So this is what I'm saying. In comparison, the comic figure Build-A-Figures have dropped down drastically. Now, Tom's made a great point in the chat as well. He says, we've had a lot of retro cards this year, more than normal, which may be the reason. And to be fair, this is a question, again, I want to get clarification with the Hasbro team, because everyone keeps, when I say, in my videos, I'm like, RIP the retro card, it's not happening. People jump in and correct me like, no, they've said they're happening, blah, 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 right? Pause, think about it. Are they actually happening in 2023? Not likely. Hasbro as a company made the mandate they were going plastic free. Every single brand on the Hasbro team within this year have been moving towards plastic free packaging. At San Diego Comic-Con this year, only the Star Wars brand made an announcement saying that plastic could still be used on collector focused products for the adult community, etc. Right? So there will be exceptions. But that decision was made 6 months after these people have already been planning the year. So if retro cards do come back, and I do think they will, we're not seeing them for a long time, is my point. That's the only point I'm making, is that they're switching the Spider-Man retro card, which is arguably the most popular line they have of retro cards, to the VHS, because they know they can't continue doing Spider-Man retro cards. I definitely think retro cards, I'm using the term going on ice for the foreseeable future, until they're allowed to bring them back out again. I do think we'll see them again, but not as much as we used to. Definitely not like full waves, probably just one-offs here and there. I don't know. Again, I don't know. I'm just going based off what we know and the evidence that has been laid out in front of us. But retro cards. So I think, to my point, I think Tom's right that this year they have intentionally, consciously gave us more retro carded figures, knowing this is going to be our last opportunity to do so, which meant this year, unfortunately, some of the Build-A-Figures maybe dropped out. Maybe. Do you think that's fair?
I think that makes sense for sure. Yeah, because we've seen pretty much all of the figures that we're getting this year, haven't we?
Well, last year's, just to go off retro cards, last year's retro card was the Fantastic Four. We got a wave of Fantastic Four figures to accompany the Galactus. This year we got Spider-Man at the start of the year, and we also got we've just got a whole wave of X-Men figures as well. So there's two full.
And plus the Black Panther Legacy wave.
Legacy wave was another wave that came out without a builder figure as well. Again, that's just more product I think to get on the shelf for Black Panther hype. To be fair. That's something they could do without breaking embargoes, I imagine, releasing older figures. But anyway, this is just a fun conversation. We don't know anything. I'm just curious. So, because I don't think anything else is going to be revealed to get released this year. We are in quarter 4. We're at the end of October. We're rolling into, we're about to have Halloween. After Halloween, Americans have Thanksgiving, and then it's all gone for Christmas. So,
well, we also had the anniversary figures as well, I suppose.
There you go, which were on a retro card as well. So, well, I was in town earlier this week, and I was looking for some silly string for my niece to go out trick-or-treating with or whatever. And all the shops were switching their Halloween product to Christmas product. Literally, I could see Mariah Carey peeping behind bushes. She was ready to pop out and start singing. So, people are going to start switching to Christmas mode very soon, which means the year's nearly out. So I don't think there's going to be any new surprises from the Legends team that will... we get before the end of the year. Everything that's going to be revealed now is going to be for 2023. Sometimes we do get the first wave of next year in December, though. That's obviously the caveat to that. It's happened for the last 3 or 4 years, and people sneak them into their top 10 of that year, and it annoys the shit out of me because you're taking a spot away from an actual figure that came out that calendar year. Don't get me started, people. Everyone on YouTube does it. I forgive you, but it bugs me. Again. So what are Hasbro revealing today is basically the long-winded way we've gone about talking about this. What are they revealing today? Is it Deluxe figures, or are we seeing something else? Are we seeing the rumored Deluxe figures today, Brandon? I guess that's the question. Or are we seeing something else?
I think it's likely, because I think that if they were to do those figures, they are very special items. People have been asking for a redo of those two builder figures for a long, long time. And so, yeah, that would be a very special place for very special releases, in my opinion.
Yeah, I hope we see them just so they're official and they're done and we can pre-order them, because I would. I'm the perfect clientele for those two leaked figures, because I do not have the Blob builder figure, and I did not backtrack and get the Ronin builder figure either. So I genuinely need both of those characters in my comic display.
And it was a good thing you didn't as well, because even if you did have them, it's not like you would have sold them before they.
That's true. Because I'm building a collection, Brandon. I don't review things and put them on Facebook straight away. It's fine if you do that, but I don't. I'm actually buying stuff that I want to add to my collection. So I don't have them, so I would like to add them, is all I'm saying. So reveal them today. But back to the 2-pack. Dan Yoon has also confirmed that there is going to be a Build-A-Figure 2-pack. Now, we don't know if this is going to be a new character 2-pack or a Build-A-Figure 2-pack of a previous Build-A-Figure, as we have had single versions of AIM, double pack of AIM. We've had a single pack of the Hydra. We've had a double pack of Hydra. We've had single pack of the Shield Agent when we got Dirkanger and Nick Fury, essentially. But we've also had 2 packs now of the Shield Agents. So when he says a 2-pack of Army Builders next year, he could be referring to what you said earlier, a Skrull Army Builder 2-pack with some Super Skrull Build-A-Figure parts, or a translucent Skrull or something, I don't know. Or because we have had that Build-A-Figure Super Skrull that they could just repackage and release joint together. Do you know, so it could be a Skrull 2-pack, or, like you said, it could be a Kree 2-pack, because we haven't had any Kree Army Builders in a while. Exactly. And we have got the Marvels next year, so they like to tie in the comic theme with some of where they like to tie in the movie themes with the comic releases. It makes sense. Or is it a 2-pack of one Skrull Army Builder and one Kree Army Builder? Would you like it that way? I'd like it that way. Which variation of that would you like? A Skrull 2-pack, a Kree 2-pack, or one of each?
I would probably say one of each, personally.
I agree. Yeah,
I would say one of each.
I might make that as a poll, actually. I've just ended that poll, by the way. 82% of people would not buy a Power Rangers Ghostbuster crossover. There you go. Hasbro, take note in case you're planning on revealing that later. They're not. They're not, people. They might, but they're not. Let me start another poll. What 2-pack should they release? Okay, so I go with Kree 2-pack. Scroll 2-pack. Or how am I spelling scroll properly? Because the chat will kill me if I don't spell it right.
What you asked me to spell?
Scroll.
Skrull.
There you go. I would have put skull, and everyone would have went, "That's not scroll. I don't want a skull 2-pack." That's what they would have said to me. They're evil. Kree and one of each. Kree and scroll. Okay. Now I'm asking the community. The question is now live. You tell me, what 2-pack should they release? A Kree 2-pack, a scroll 2-pack, or one of each? Abnugler says, how far Hank and how far Bob 2-pack maybe, Dan? Oh, I'd take that. I would take that all day long. Give us some more Hellfire guards. Hank can have a whole army. To be fair, if you've watched my last review, it's currently the Boombastic Hank. But to know what I'm talking about, you need to go and watch my Boombastic Bagman review, okay? Yes, I know I'm probably pronouncing it wrong, people, all right? Leave me alone. Leave me alone. It's my accent and my speech impediment. Stop being discriminative to me. It's out of order. It's out of order. Put myself on YouTube. I put myself out here for you guys, and you just are mean to me. It's fine. You can if you want. Kitty Pride is the best X-Man. Sorry, Rich. I have to say that every time I read that name out. Expecting us this weekend. We don't know. We don't know. That's what we're speculating. Bagman Hank, says Greg. It's the Boombastic Hank. That's what he prefers to be called. Personally, I'd have a 5 scroll, so I don't need the Kree. Mini Plastic Moore says, how about a Blood and a Kree 2-pack? Brood and a Kree 2-pack. I wouldn't be mad at that. Need some Brood. The King English sign, Kurt Iron. Look, I don't know what version of English I speak, all right? I just speak the way I speak. I'm not trying to speak any particular way. I'm not trying to speak any particular way. I don't particularly think I have an accent in any such sense. I just speak. I just speak, and this is what you get.
Just a quick aside. While we're talking about speech, we got 236 people here. After you vote in this poll that's here, go over to Hero Collections, hit refresh, and as soon as you see this post here, I would really appreciate it if you hit a like. Did I do it? There we go. I did it. And then put a comment and tell me what your favorite moment of Black Panther in the MCU has been, because I'm curious to read. So go do that if you get a chance.
I can get Instagram back up on here. There you go. Hero.collections. There it is. Should I give it a like? I'll think about it. Okay, I will. Maybe not. Okay, I will. Fair enough. Okay, so far 66% with 75 votes would say one of each. There you go. Hasbro, you're paying attention. Anyone lurking here this evening? One of each, please. One of each. That's what we would like. People want another opportunity to get some scrolls, because they're sold out everywhere. But it does seem like that the Build-A-Figure in the box has sort of died and gone, because the way Ryan was speaking in Bug's interview, it seems like that price point now is unattainable. So what's the point of doing that gimmick if you can't have a cheaper price? Because that was the point of that gimmick, giving us cheaper army builders. But if you can't give us cheaper figures anymore, then why put them in that format? So yeah, they're going to have to think of other ways to give us army builders, which is why they talked about this 2-pack, which is coming in 2023. If it's not one of these characters, it could be something else. Like Tom said, it could be the Brood, could be something else.
Could be. I mean, if we were to get Kree soldiers on that same body as the Sunfire body, the same as the Skrulls, and just have them facing off against each other, I think it would be great. Because I think they are definitely one of those. They are definitely one of the top army builders that I would say are essential. that we just haven't had yet.
Yep, I agree. Brick1 says, would love a Goon 2-pack for Spider-Man to beat up some random folks. Pretty good. Wouldn't be mad at that. And people would appreciate more civilian characters. And again, maybe we get some more civilian-style characters in that VHS Spider-Man line, as Peter Parker, Mary Jane have very particular looks in that animated show, if that's the direction they're going. California Red Devil, I think I agree with him. Clint goes, I'm Clint. He goes, I don't care. It's pretty good. I like that bit too. But I also like the callback in Endgame where he goes, Clint, give it to me. And it's like, you do know his name. He does care. What a moment. What a moment. Music Knowledge 1 says Hank 2-pack. Again, people if they make a Hellfire Goons 2-pack, then I will allow them to brand it as Hank 2-pack. I'll allow that. I'll allow that, Hasbro, right? You can have that one for free. Don't expect sales to go up, but you can have it. Drone Sentinels and an X-Men arcade enemies, says Jeremiah. So, Jay's Toys Collection UK says Aunt May in the VHS line, or we riot. Aunt May's got to be coming. I think Ryan Ting is going to make Aunt May happen for us. Ash S says animated Spidey version of Harry Osborn with the red sort of zigzags in his hair from the animated show. Yeah, we haven't got Harry Osborn, have we? We've got a Norman Osborn head that with the retro Green Goblin. Yeah,
but not the. We haven't got Harry Osborn yet.
Yeah, to be fair, they could give us a new Iron Patriot armor with another Norman Osborn head or something like that. Updated Chameleon, yes, Chameleon's got to happen. I think we're going to get an animated Chameleon. I think we're going to get an animated Kraven as well. I would love to see a Spider Slayer, but I don't think they're going to do vehicles if this HasLab doesn't back. So that was a nice idea we had once. We're not going to get a Punisher van if they can't really green light the Hell Charger, I don't think, unfortunately. So sad times.
Someone in the chat said Black Panther equals sleepy emoji. Listen, if I see any Black Panther slander in that chat, you're going on timeout. Okay.
Sad times. That's what happens when you get a blue spanner. You have the power.
Yeah, I got a blue spanner, so don't
he has the power. Sorry about that, Marty Dog. You're not sorry about that.
Play with me. This isn't a democracy when it comes to Black Panther. Sorry.
Animated blue suit Punisher. Blade and Punisher were both in the animated series. Again, that's why that line can continue. So that's why those VHS 2-packs are going to be moving forward to 2-packs. Chikamun Kiara says, Dan, can you give my friend, is that Tara a shout out? So to Chikamun Kiara's friend Tara, will I give her a shout out? No, I won't. I refuse.
Shout out to Tara.
No, don't shout at anyone called Tara. We ignore Taras around here. I'm only joking. Shout out Tara. Welcome. We are live on YouTube. Can you believe it? We're live. Are we on Kiara's TV? Shout out Jay. Is Jay in the background? Have you seen Jay's collection, by the way? It's epic, isn't it? Epic. Look in the front room. You'll see a nice Sentinel. You'll see a Galactus and a Detolf with some fancy lights. Go and check his room upstairs where he's boarded in the windows and broke away the wardrobe to display more toys. True story. Quick, go upstairs and have a look. Anyway, sorry about that, Jay. I exposed you. Right, let's go to these questions, Brandon. Let's have a look at these questions, okay? So shout out everyone who's here for some type of actual relevant news in regards to this 1027 stuff. Again, to clarify, we actually know nothing about 1027. The show happens as soon as this one ends. We were going to end this one right on time at 10 o'clock this evening so we can all go and watch that after, even though we're not a premium member. So we're just going to watch Instagram, scroll Instagram and hope for some reveals. So that's what I'll be doing. But that's what we've got going on. So let's come to. There's a new feature on Live, which I only noticed today. I don't know how long it's been here for. He says, yes, you're in the living room. You are 50 inches. Yes, 50 inches. That's impressive and also intimidating. Okay, there's a live Q&A now in the chat, so you can ask a question. So I'm going to go to that section of the chat now and highlight some questions. And there's a lot of questions, so I appreciate everyone getting involved today. Your boy's got toys. Asks a question. Your boy's got toys asked, what's your blood type? Asking for a friend.
That's a good question.
I honestly don't know. if I was bleeding out right now and you were like, Dan, quick, I need to know your blood type to save your life, I'd be a dead man. I have no idea what my blood type is. Not a clue.
Yeah. I'm not sure what mine is.
Not a clue. No, my luck, it'll be super uncommon, and I'll be out of it. But no, not a clue. Not a clue on my prototype. But thank you very much for your question. Your boy's got toys. There's a lot of questions like this. I'm just going to pick Bethany's one because there's a lot like it. It says, what's your most favourite figure in your collection? We can't answer questions like this. We need a whole stream to answer questions like this. I hate these topic questions.
I have favourites.
Go on, pick a favourite.
Mayfek's movie Black Panther for sure is up there. Legends-wise, I would probably say these two.
Oh, there you go. Miles and the new Black Panther as well. Nice.
Yeah, and the new Miles from last year.
I still need to open my Black Panther. Hopefully I'll do that this week. But there you go. For me, I don't know. Hellfire Hank, Donatello. I don't know. I hate these type of questions because it changes every day. Like, I love them all equally. They're like my family. Okay, let's pick another question. I love all these serious questions people are asking us. Bruce, Brian, Rocky, Manzo says, what's for lunch? Well, we're in the UK. It's quite late this evening, so lunch is long gone. I don't really eat lunch myself. I just usually have a late breakfast.
Oh, I made a sausage sandwich for lunch.
Sausage sandwich. There you go. We heard it here. Brandon likes sausage.
I was feeling a bit cold, so I fancy something more.
He likes hot sausage. Have you heard of hot dogs? Hot sausages, Brandon. You'll enjoy them. I had chicken for dinner. I had sweet chili chicken and rice, and I made some fancy garlic bread as well. The presentation was beautiful. I was pretty annoyed that Amanda didn't take a picture for her Instagram, to be completely honest. I was like, look at the presentation I'm giving you here. But anyway, thank you very much for your question, Bruce, Brian, Rocky Romero. California Red Devil asks the question. Do these questions pop up in the chat as I select them, by the way?
Yes, they do.
Okay, good. California Red Devil asks the question. Hey, how can you have a show with no super producer? I don't know. We're just trying here. We're trying to get through the show with no Rich. How are we doing, all right? Shout out Rich. He's having fun. He's catching us on the replay. Rich, for the replay, hope you had a great time at your party, mate. Thank you very much. We miss you. There you go. That was just for you, Rich. If he doesn't message me when he's re-watching the show at this exact moment, I'll be a little bit disappointed, all right? Rich, when you get to this exact moment in the replay watch, whenever that is, hit me up a little message and say, Dan, I've seen you and I appreciate you. That'll make me happy. Okay. Rectangular asked the question, should Rectangular stop leaking Hasbro's future releases? Good question. I say no. I say it's fair. I don't know how he gets this information, but he gets it. That's not his fault he gets this information. There's clearly a leak at Hasbro. They need to get... Do you know that meme that everyone sees, that guy sticking that tape over the leak? Like, Hasbro need to get on the phone and order some of that, because there's clearly a leak at Hasbro. They need to sort it out. So you can't be mad at Rectangular. He's just... and to be fair, Rectangular's list brought more positivity to this community this month than other things did. So... all is fair in Love and War. It's good. Surely as a marketer, it must be frustrating for their schedule of re-releases, but they've got to be happy that people are talking about the product in a positive way. People are excited. That list was great. So
I think, I think there's two ways to look at it. I think one way is that if you look at it at face value, then it's useful for things like, you can look at, well, if all of this is true and that's what's coming out, then it helps you to get an idea of what you're going for or what you're not going for, and budget this, or excited about that, or when you take it at face value, I think that definitely is a factor, and the buzz and the talk that it gets going in the community. I think when you look at it beyond that, they have said in different places here and there that leaks do affect the whole process, not just from a business standpoint, but that I think if I remember their wording rightly, it filters down and affects the consumer as well. In what way, I don't know. They haven't explained that, because I'm sure they're not able to explain that. But given they've said that it has an impact, you kind of have to take that as well into consideration. So I think there's two sides of looking at it. But
I'm sure there is.
Doing what he does.
I'm sure
at least until we get that sky cycle.
Well, I'm sure there's, like you said, there's definitely a very logistical business reason why it's a bad thing. But just speaking from a community perspective, I actually like having a vague template of the year ahead. Like I prefer that. I like surprises. I don't want to know everything, but I like to know a vague template. I like to know, like, do you know, like, just for our own collection, like, if I knew we were getting a new what's it, Dark Phoenix this year, like guaranteed I would. Do you reckon I would have sold the odd one? Probably.
Yeah, but everybody else in the community would have known guaranteed that we were going to get it.
A Rectangular can just hit me up a week before he posts his list, all right? So we can do some wheeling and dealings, all right? It's an advantage when you're friends with these people. But
the other side of it is those that, if you think about it, we do have a template like for the following year
based on the MCU.
Yeah, we know. Well, we know each MCU movie will get its own wave. We have an idea now that Disney Plus will get 2 waves, and we know that generally we get 1 X-Men wave, 1 Spider-Man wave, 1 Avengers wave. So, you know.
Someone asked a question. Best co-host on YouTube. Now, I was going to be funny and pick another co-host, but who else has a co-host?
It's true.
No one else.
That's probably why I asked the question.
No one else really has a co-host. So do you win by default?
I think so. I'll take it.
Brandon wins by default.
Question. Who asked that?
Hero.collection. Probably should follow him on Instagram. Another great question here. By the way, I love these questions. I love the chat. Take them so serious. King Black Bolt asks, he probably shouldn't have opened his mouth, but he did all the same. Why is Gamora? Now, I only picked this question because, not because I have the answer to why is Gamora. Nobody does. That's one of those questions that just makes you think. It's a thinking question. But I did just give an opportunity real quick to sort of say, did you watch the trailer for the Christmas special of Guardians?
Yeah, I think that was great.
Is it going to be like the same length as the Werewolf by Night? Do you know, like just an hour contained stupid story with no real consequences to the MCU? Because they're trying to kidnap Kevin Bacon, for God's sake.
I wouldn't say it has no consequences for the MCU.
My question, as I said to people, is how did Kevin Bacon have the time to film this cameo in between all these EE adverts he's filming in the UK? Ridiculous. From our US friends out there, is Kevin Bacon on any advert, like TV adverts? Because in the UK, he's all over the place. He's like, clearly the UK advertising companies think we love Kevin Bacon. And like we see him on an EE phone advert and we're like, shit, I need to transfer to EE. Kevin Bacon has EE. I don't know what's going on, but he's going to be in the new Guardians all the same. It should be fun. As long as it's fun. And I think that's the intention. Because now, James Gunn, his intention's on DC. And I'm going to see... Have you seen... What's it? Yeah.
Suicide Squad.
No.
Pacemaker.
No. I'm not on about James Gunn.
Black Adam.
Black Adam, yes. Have you seen Black Adam? I think I'm going to go and see it tomorrow. Are you going to see it at all?
Probably not.
Okay.
I don't. Not in a horrible way. Shout out to Dwayne Johnson. Love the guy. Yeah. DC's not really... Until they, like, really get their act together and have something that's, like, fully functional and worth investing time in, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Until then, I'm kind of not really paying them much attention. Especially when it got slammed at like 47%, and you know.
Yeah, that's fair.
It surprised me.
I'll see it tomorrow. Again, I like The Rock, and I'm curious. Midge Studio says, "What MCU project are you most looking forward to? Is it Black Panther? I assume with you with the hype building right now."
Yeah. Wakanda Forever. I think. Other than that, because for me, post Endgame, for me it was Falcon and the Winter Soldier and Wakanda Forever. Now we've got essentially both of those. I would say Captain America: New World Order for sure.
Yep.
Is probably mine. How about you?
I'm curious where the Guardians end up in regards to like wrapping up the trilogy. Like Guardians is genuinely one of my favourite sort of subsections of the MCU. Like, so yeah, I'm curious where they go with that. I think it's going to be, I don't know. I hope they don't kill everyone off. I hate when they kill everyone off unnecessary. Give people a happy ending for God's sake. Tony didn't need to die. He didn't need to die.
Yeah, he did.
He didn't need to die.
He really did.
Don't bring the memories back.
He'll be back in sequels.
Retro Vintage asked PP or Doodoo. Do you have a preference?
Got the money in the
No,
bank.
no preference. I've got no preference either, to be fair. Depends what mood I'm in.
California Red Devil
the super chat.
donated
Thank you very much.
$4.99. Does Shartimus's mohawk mullet count as co-host? Love ya Shart. United up 2-0. F Donatello.
Damn you, California Red Devil. But I am obliged to thank you for your super chat, even though I hate your turtle love and your football team. Does Shartimus Mohawk mullet count as a co-host? Has it ever spoke? Has it ever contributed into the show? I think if it does, it's fair game. United are up 2-0 in the Europa League. The Europa League, Brandon.
Got the money in the bank.
The Europa League.
What's the Europa League?
Exactly. What's the Europa League? Sorry, I was busy watching Chelsea win in the Champions League this week. Just saying. Also, Donatello is great. How about that, California Red Devil? What are you going to do? NEC Toys Collection says, just enjoying my coffee while watching you guys. Thank you very much. You enjoy your coffee, my friend. You enjoy from the Philippines again. How many sugars in your coffee? It's got to be 2 sugars, or are you sweet enough? Ant-Man 3 I'm excited for, says Uncle Carnage. I do apologise, by the way.
About that trailer. That was phenomenal. Shout out to Jonathan Majors.
I've just realised there's a lot of bacon emojis in the chat when we were talking about Kevin Bacon. Basically, when I'm looking at those questions, I can't actually look at the chat, which is annoying. I'll pick another question. I was purposely picking the stupid ones just to show you how serious people were taking.
Oh no, pick good ones as well.
No, I was just being stupid. Rich's dad still says hello. Let me just highlight that one for the minute. Shout out Rich on the replay. Rich, is your dad watching? Is it genuinely dad? I don't know, but he says hello. Hello, Rich's dad. Okay, this is a good one relating to the weekend. Craig Smith says, hey guys, do you have any purchases or treasures to pick up this weekend at MCM? So Brandon, you're like, I don't want to say modern collector, but your line is Legends. Like a lot of the lines you collect are very like modern lines, where like you can buy them right now off the shelf, and you're building current collections based off current properties and blah blah blah. But you are in your 20s, so you don't have as much as nostalgic attachment than I do to some of these older, crappier toys. So is there anything you're particularly hunting? I only say it that way because I'm always on the lookout for like some sort of vintagey retro stuff for my like Turtles collection or an old Playmate Simpsons figure or something like that. Do you know, like, but is there anything you ever look for at these type of shows, or are you just looking for like the hottest new thing?
It's a good question. Typically I'm kind of a veteran at these things now, where once upon a time I used to get suckered into some of those vintage things. Like I would see say one of the old 3/3/4 inch Clone Wars figures, or I would see like an old X-Men Evolution figure, or I would see, something that I'd had when I was a kid growing up. Or I would see like a comic that was a key issue that I hadn't been able to get elsewhere that kind of suckered me in. But these days, there you go.
Sorry, I was just fell on the floor and rolled over it. Now I need to iron it again. This is what I'll be wearing Saturday, for anyone who knows. Sorry.
But these days I usually get something that, if I get anything, then yeah, like you say, it's usually something that's just coming out, or is a good deal on something that's been out for a while that is right in front of me, and that sort of thing. But one thing I've gotten into more in the last few Comic Cons is Artist Alley, because there are a lot of artists there who will do commissions.
Nice.
And that's always a lot of fun.
Oh, I can get some variants of my logo. That would be interesting.
Yeah, exactly that.
Someone asked there how I display my Galactus, so I thought I'd just, as you're answering, just bring Galactus into view. He's here. I haven't found a place where he's permanently going to stay, but he's in the room currently so far.
Have you put the retro Silver Surfer on him yet?
I haven't. I haven't even opened my retro Silver Surfer. He's on mint on card. I'm scared to open any of the retro stuff. I'm not a lunatic like Tom from Mini Plastic Multiverse, who actually opens those retro cards. I thought they were made to keep on card, but apparently you can open them.
What are you hoping to get on Saturday?
If there's any of the new Legends out from that list that we showed off earlier, I'd happily pick them up there in person. But I'm always, as I said, I like deep diving in some of those older retro lines, whether it be Turtles or the Simpsons. I'm still like actively collecting them. If I see the twins, the G.I. Joe twins in person, it would be very hard for me not to just buy them there and then and say sorry, Star Action Figures, but I waited as long as I could. Do you know, like, usually I'm very patient, but it pains me to see, like, why? It doesn't make sense when other people have got them from the same store. Like, so maybe the G.I. Joe twins. But talking about some Grail stuff, I just want to just show this off on camera real quick. So I got this from my friend Ali. You got it to me express delivery. You can put those two together. But I hope it's legit. I don't usually trust Ali, but I usually find some dodgy stuff. But I didn't have any faith in Loot Crate, so I got this off AliExpress because this was my most wanted thing from the Loot Crate. And the Loot Crate, me and Tanner got shipping for our Loot Crate, thinking it was this and Scrag, but it turns out it's the Armadon, the giant shark from the game. So Loot Crate's an absolute mess. But anyway, I got that this week, and I also got a second one of these to keep on card. Have you got one of these at all, Brandon? Are you getting one of these?
No.
Just avoiding it entirely?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Your wallet thanks you.
2022, year of the cost cutting.
Abnugler says, Dan who is the worst super producer out there? There is no wrong answer unless it's anyone other than Rich M. Look, Rich is called Super for a reason. I cannot say anything bad about him. It's in our contract. Does Mike talk too much? No, Mike's fine. Ghost could be for the Halloween, though. Okay, we're talking about that hint from earlier. They're in the question. Sorry, I haven't seen the live chat because I'm still looking at those questions. Let me close that question real quick. Bomb the Awesome Bob. Okay, we've got 20 minutes. We are going to finish, by the way, on time today because obviously people are going to go and want to watch the Hasbro Pulse Premium event. Now, I think it's pre-recorded because Emily's got to be coming to London and Steve has just been at the Black Panther world premiere, for God's sake. But other people are saying, no, it's live, definitely live. So, I don't know. Is it live or pre-recorded? I don't know. Maybe the two leaks that we've seen this week are from this pre-recorded show that someone sort of leaked out. Who knows? Prime to the First says, I knew there was a reason why I liked you, Dan. What's the reason? Oh, Chelsea. Good lad. It's California Red Devil. Have I lost a subscriber since I joked about Man U? Sad times. I like that guy sometimes. Okay, the Retro Iron Man is calling out to me. Yeah, I had to, again, go and watch my review for yourself. Great figure, but I wanted an extra one to keep on card. So there is currently no protective cases for it yet. So it's staying in this shipper until a protective case gets released.
I am Batman 83 said, Brandon, you getting the Mafex Iron Man? No, unfortunately. I got not unfortunately, fortunately, because I'm saving by not spending. But I have the Mezco Iron Man from a few years ago. So that's kind of my go-to Iron Man for the time being. If Mafex revisit Iron Man though and give him a more modern armor, like if they did the Extremist armor or Bleeding Edge or something like that, then I would be all over it. But for me, classic Iron Man is just not my go-to Iron Man.
Yeah, as I said, as prices are rising, we've had 3 price hikes this year. And we're not getting into that topic, but I'm just saying, reality is we can't just buy things now off the cuff or just like, oh, maybe I want this, because we've had the privilege of being able to do that. Like, as I said, we're lucky that we have the opportunity to do that. But at this day and age, you got to be more selective. 100% got to be more selective. Doesn't it start at 10, says Joe? Yes, the premium event starts at 10. We will finish this stream at 10 o'clock. So we can all go and watch the premium event, okay? Oh, if you've got a premium membership, of course. I don't, so I'll be on Instagram. But you guys can watch, and I'll be on Instagram watching. Take pictures of the screen watching. That makes sense. But anyway, 10 o'clock. Craig Smith says, seen your review of him. Damn you, Dan. Yeah, go and watch the review. Again, that's what the reviews are there for. I try and answer the questions in my reviews that I would want answering in a review, if that makes sense. Someone commented that they came to my review and I did the head swap, the exact head swap they wanted to see, and I was like, good, that means we're on the same wavelength. Subscribe. The shark is the only one I've not received, says Jay Darkside. Yeah, Jay, you got box 4 before box 2. box 2's the shark. So I've got crate 2 coming, but I want box 4. Like, the only figures I wanted out of that whole loot crate was the Dark Turtle and Scrag. And they're going to be the only ones I don't have at the minute. I've got Danny. I know some people don't have Danny. Sorry, Tanner. But I've got Danny. I've got the Crab Shredder. So I got this from other means. And it weren't cheap either. But this is like one of my most wanted Turtle figures. I love that episode. Donatello as Batman. Go and watch it. Isn't it on YouTube, says Brick One? Yes, it is. California Red Devil is still here. Yes, I didn't scare him off.
California Red Devil donated $4.99. Still a subscriber. Just crying in the corner. Is Brandon saving money to buy a fancy ring? Him.
Still a subscriber, just crying in the corner. Yeah, sorry about that. I apologise. Man, you were doing great. Ronaldo definitely wants to play. Definitely wants to play for the team. Don't know if he does. Is Brandon saving money for a fancy ring? Are you buying the money for a fancy ring?
You never know.
Never knows. Maybe he's saving his money. Maybe he's saving his money for a non-fancy ring. Doesn't have to be fancy, right? If she loves him, it doesn't matter, right? Right.
We shall see. Time will tell.
That didn't include the alternate head for the Dark Turtle, kind of scummy. Yeah, it didn't. It doesn't include an alternative head. He has the open mouth head, but on the back of the box, you see the closed mouth. But I'm hoping it's the half head where you can swap them with the Turtles in disguise. I've heard it's tricky, but I heard you can get it done as well. So there are some custom heads going around as well. But yeah, Ronaldo scored goal 3. Oh, there you go. He is playing. See, I told you Ronaldo wants to play for your team. Did he start? I'm curious. Did Ronaldo start? Genuine question. This is very inside football for anyone who doesn't know. Kurt K. Oh, this is my usual line for Brandon. They're very intrigued with your love life, Brandon.
Oh,
they care.
I didn't see.
No, it's Kurt saying that's usually his line for you, asking that question.
Oh.
They just care. That's all. They just want to see you happy. That's all it is. Jay says, I can only afford a Hasbro ring. All these bloody toys. Yeah. I'll just tell Amanda, nope. Not interested in marriage. I've got too many poor toys I've got a house to pay for. I'm not paying for a freaking wedding. California Red Devil said, yes, he did start. Oh, okay, interesting. Maybe he's made friends with the manager. You have to heat up Dark Turtle heads and it swaps. Okay, good to know. Okay, let me jump back to these questions real quick. We've got 10 more minutes and we're out of here. Again, this new feature is awkward, so I'm going to end the poll as well with the Scroll 2-pack question. So the 2-pack we asked earlier, in regards to the Marvel Legend Army Builder 2-pack that's coming in 2023, we're assuming it's something to do with the Scrolls or the Kree. We asked, would you like a Kree 2-pack, a Scroll 2-pack, or one of each? And with 59% of the vote, one of each is the winner. But 20%, exactly 20% each for a Kree 2-pack and a Scroll 2-pack. So they're both clearly still desired with 150 votes, essentially. So I'm ending that now for the poll. There you go. Okay, so RP asks a question. Don't have to get into the hows and the whys. Just the name of the character will do. Who is your favourite MCU character?
T'Challa.
I'm going to say Tony Stark. Of course I am. I like this question, but I don't know if I have an answer. George Morales says, what is your most wanted box set, Dan? Mine is the comic Elders of the Universe. Deep cut. I like it. I'm going to say one that has already happened, but I would like an opportunity to get it, but with a few tweaks. Brandon knows what I'm going to say, because he has it, and I was planning on robbing it this weekend, but those plans fell through. But I wanted the comic Guardians of the Galaxy. I do not have any of the comic Guardians on the shelf, and I know we're about to get the classic Star-Lord, but that was before he was in the Guardians in the comics. Do you know what? I take it back. I want the classic lineup of Guardians of the Galaxy in box set, like the original team. Yeah, give me the original.
Like Yondu in the Speedos look.
Yeah, Yondu, the Archer Yondu with the we've got in the 3/4. There's that
with the trunks.
I forgot all the names, but there's the guy like in the movies. It's the team that Sylvester Stallone is in charge of, isn't it? It's his team, like, and all those characters. I want them in figure form.
Interesting.
So yeah, classic Guardians in box set. What about you? Box set. full team in one box. Who's it?
Yeah, it's tough. Personally, the team I would like the most is the Ultimates.
Yeah, that'd be a great box set.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna customize. I think I'm gonna kit bash Blue Marvel and onto a Vulcan body. I decided. I can't remember who it was, but I saw someone did it on Instagram, and but they hadn't repainted him yet. But I think I'm gonna give it a shot because the head and the body and all the pieces of Blue Marvel fit onto the Vulcan body perfectly.
Nice. A few people in the chat are agreeing. Hill Phone says classic power pack for me. The Spider-Man 3 pack next year, so Ultimate Carnage. That Spider-Man 3... Oh, he's on about the live-action Spider-Man 3 pack. That's what he wants. The No Way Home 3 pack. Phoenix Dark Force box set, says Omega Weapon 13. There you go. Thank you very much. Rush is helping me out. Yondu, Charlie 27, Vance Astro, Martin X, and Star Fox. There you go. That'd be a great box set. We've got Vance Astro though, haven't we? He's on the shelf somewhere. Let me get him just to confirm.
Another thing I'd like is
this is Vance Astro, isn't it?
Builder box set would be cool, just for fun.
Yeah, an Army Builder box set would be great. I'm just confirming. This is Vance Astro, right? Yeah, I think it is.
Oh yeah, sorry, that is Vance Astro.
Yeah, good. Generation X. Oh, there you go. I have to obligated to agree with anything Generation X, because Rich loves them and he wants Rich. If Monet gets revealed today, let's just say Rich will be drinking a lot more vodka at the party he's at, wherever he is. But if he gets word that there's a Monet been revealed, he will down that bottle. But yeah. Next wave of Generation X again. Another Generation X is Mute Jace. Okay, I'm trying to read names. True Fiasco says next gen. Tex Hex says the Nasty Boys and the Marauders would be my box set of choice. Two great sets there.
Oh, did we say Legends specifically?
Why?
Oh, because one thing I just thought of was I'd love and this is something Bring Toys to Work and I talk about a lot. I'd love a box set of prequel Jedi.
Oh yeah, we can play a game. We can talk about other lines. 100%. I'd love a box set of the movie Power Rangers in the 6-inch format.
Oh yeah, nice. Nice.
Who else? What else would I like a box set of in regards to any lines? I'll tell you, I wanted. This is going away from Hasbro, by the way. So let me get rid of the Hasbro branding for a second. Jurassic Park Amber Collection, right?
Oh gosh, here we go.
All the adult characters, all of them, all of the adult characters from the first
movie.
We
didn't get Lex and what's the
Timmy. We did not get Timmy and Lex. That collection is never going to be complete. I wanted a 6-inch scale, Timmy and Lex, and the Jeep, the Ford Jeep, or the one that they used to go through the park with the green on it, whatever. I don't know what the official name is, but the Jurassic Park Jeep. You know what I'm talking about. I wanted that. That's a box set, right? The Jeep and the 2 kids. There you go. Amber collection complete. Tick that one off my list. Thank you very much, Metal. That's what I wanted. Maximum Carnage box set. Says Mike Hex. Shield Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. says Greg Fingstad. Coulson, May, Fitzsimmons, Daisy, Hunter, Bobby Mack, Yo-Yo. And then the 2 new ones are Ward. No, wasn't Ward a bad guy? You're on about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. from the actual TV show, aren't you? Box set of prequel and sequel Star Wars Jedi, says Ultimate Carnage. The 3 3/4 Explorer with T-Rex is on clearance at Target. I have that box set. It's a great box set, but I wanted it in 6-inch scale. Mini Plastic Multiverse says, I'd love a box set of all the Mezco I have in order. Look, in 2030, we'll be able to go around to Tom's house, open up his cupboards, and they have a great display of Mezco figures. But that's in the year 2030. That's in the future. We live in the present. Even
then, it'll only be half the ones.
Yeah, even then, only half. Check your IEG again, Dan. Okay, I'm checking again.
Just a question for you again, because I know that this comes up every now and then, and you always say you can't really decide. But if the house was burning and you could only stretch out your hands and pick up 2 figures, which 2 would you like really, really go for?
It's hard, isn't it?
Yeah, I know it is really hard.
Just Legends or like anything? 'Cause I'm looking around here.
Anything. Like Amanda's picked up Teddy and she's run down the stairs, and you're at the.
I can carry more than 2, Brandon. I can look at these hands. Look.
No, I know, but like.
There's at least 6 or 7 there. And you're giving me 2? What would I pick 2? Look, I told you, right? I've got a window right here, right? I'm in front of the house. Here's a big window. Massive window, right?
Just start throwing them out.
They're out.
I know,
the grass is down there. The grass is down there. Like, they're out there. I'm aiming for the grass. I'll find the accessories. If I lose the accessory, so be it. But I'm aiming for that grass. I'll get as many as I can. 2. I'm taking 2.
Do you ever have a pocket fig?
No, not really. I told you I don't leave the house, Brandon.
It's
I make it my mission in life not to leave the house. Amanda goes mad at me for it, but
that is true. Yeah.
I do want to show you this real quick. So we are about to get out of here, and we are going to end on time today, so everyone can go and watch the Pulse.
We're not for a while yet. That's the only thing. We got I suppose you are. We got Joe's, Ghostbusters, Dungeons and Dragons.
That's exactly what I'm getting up. I'm getting that up on screen so people can see it. So thank you very much to Michael who's just sent me this. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit. Okay, so thank you, Michael, who's just sent me this. So this is the lineup for today. So Ghostbusters are there, people. Let's see if we can get that giant marshmallow man. So G.I. Joe's, Ghostbusters, Dungeons and Dragons, starting lineup. Avion Hill, Magic the Gathering, Marvel, Power Rangers, Star Wars, Transformers, and the Selfie series. If you want to hear a funny story about the Selfie series, go and watch this week's episode of Legends and Liquor because Christopher Allen had some fun.
donated £5. Came to moan they haven't sent me a 1027 link and it's just up on their YouTube for any pauper. Back to drinking.
Yeah, Rich is having a drink. He says, came to moan that they haven't sent me the 1027 link and it's up on their YouTube for any pauper. Back to drinking. There you go. If it's up for everyone else, then fair game. That's on Hasbro. But today's lineup, once again, G.I. Joe, Ghostbusters, Dungeons and Dragons, starting lineup, Avion Hill, Magic the Gathering, Marvel, Power Rangers, Star Wars, Transformers, and Selfie series. Brandon, top 3. Top 3 things you're actually looking forward to today.
Legends, Black Series, Lightning Collection.
One legend you want to see revealed.
A new Bucky cap on the Vulcan body.
One Star Wars you want to see revealed.
Anything from the prequels.
And what was your third one? I forgot. Power Rangers. What do you want to see revealed?
Power Rangers. I want to see Dino Thunder Black, or I want to see SPD Yellow. I want to get those teams complete.
I want to see the blue guy and the bat guy from Rita's crew. Bo Squat and whatever his name is. Look, just because I don't know their names doesn't mean I don't want them in plastic for my shelf. All right. They're background characters that my shelf will not be complete without.
You know the interesting thing about this
Squat, maybe.
The interesting thing about this is I wonder if we're going to get more. I wonder if we're going to get more Selfie series options.
Maybe you'll get sent the figure of the actual scan you did. That'd be good. Christopher Allen got sent a random stranger. We've been trying to find him.
Really?
Go and watch Legends and Liquor. We basically turn the show into a search for this mystery man that we have his action figure, and we put up out a call like, who is this man?
Yeah, but is that because it is nothing like him, or is that because
it's because it's someone else. They sent him someone else.
Oh, really?
Christopher Allen, right, picked a very particular hairstyle without a beard. And he even showed me the picture of the scan he approved. The figure he got, big bushy hair, big bushy beard. It's not him. It's a different guy.
Dominic
Shout out
Smith
Dominic.
donated $4.99.
Thank you, Dominic.
Sleep Fest until Legends.
Sleep Fest until Legends. No, I'm curious for Ghostbusters, but then G.I. Joe and Ghostbusters. I'm wide awake. I'm raring to go, but then I'm probably gonna have a little bit of a snooze. I'm not gonna lie. But then I'm interested for Marvel and Power Rangers, and I'm always curious for Star Wars. Not much I want these days, but I'm always curious to have a look. And I always look at Transformers as well, but again, I dabble. But time for the outro. You're not wrong. Okay, Brandon, this is very, very important question I have for you right now.
Yeah.
This is an honourable question as well. By the way, thank you for everyone who contributed to the questions in the chat. That's a new gimmick. I'm ending the Q&A. Remove all the questions from the question list. Okay. Okay, cool. New gimmick. Thank you to everyone who got involved. And thank you to everyone who's been here live today for our unofficial pre-show of the Hasbro Premium event. But Brandon, for anyone who watches this on the replay, our beloved replay crew who cannot be here to join us live, they need a word. We need a word that they type in the chat to just let us know that they were here and enjoyed the whole thing. What's the word?
Monet.
Monet, in honor of the super producer Rich. I hope you've not cursed us and we're now not going to get a Monet reveal. Because you know that's what he's going to say.
I never know.
Okay, there you go. The word of the day, people, is Monet. If you are joining us on the replay crew, thank you for watching us after the fact. Hopefully our ramblings entertained you for a couple of hours while you're driving, rearranging the collection, or cooking in the kitchen. I don't know what you're doing. Let me know what you were doing while you were listening. That's also interesting. Probably working or at the gym or something like that. Always fun. Let us know in the comments below. Until then, Brandon, where can the people find you online?
As always, guys, hero.collections on Instagram, Hero Collections here on YouTube. Yeah.
That's right. Brandon is still on YouTube. He's not give up. He's still there. He'll be back this weekend,
still
hopefully.
there.
Go and get into into 1,000.
Yeah.
I get it, Brandon. I get it. Trust me. I'm the same.
Easy.
I'm the same. I have ups and downs. Right, where's that Black Panther wave review? Nowhere. We'll be
at least you didn't film them and then not bother to edit.
Oh shit! Okay, I didn't do that far. I would have edited them. That's the filming bit's the hard bit. Editing bit's easy.
Yeah.
Me and Brandon will be at MCM. All right. Last call for anyone coming to MCM. We will be there this Saturday. Okay. If you're there, we'll see you there. If not, we will definitely report any of the Marvel Legends and Star Wars news from there and anything else Marvel related. All right. So that's what we're doing this weekend. But as always, we appreciate you. Go and watch some of the reviews on the channel. Hopefully we get some good reveals right now on Pulse Premium. I can see people dropping in front like flies. I know where you're going, people. I'm going to follow you right there. But we're out of here. Goodbye, everyone. Give them a wave, Brandon.
Thank
Goodbye.
You guys.
The word of the day is Monet. Woo. Okay. Give it 30 seconds, Brandon, and I'm off. I'm off to watch some reveals. I think they're starting with Joe's and then Ghostbusters.
And then, and then they put the big three in the middle somewhere.
Okay. Let's see what we get revealed.
Because, I wonder